So I had a 2 Briggs day at the scrapyard today. This one's a 1965 4-horse vertical shaft. It's a complete engine off a Roto-tiller. Still got the V-belt pulley on it there and everything. I pulled it off the Roto-tiller. It's interesting though. I'll just set the camera down here. Now you gotta listen closely. You tell me what you think this is. The engine turns over, but there doesn't seem to be much compression. I'm thinking maybe it's got a broken connecting rod, but I'll pull it apart and find out. Then this old guy here, he's a claw victim, a 1971, 3-horse, just push mower engine. The only way I could tell the date is basically the way you see it there. There was no top cover. There was a carburetor with the gas tank mangled, but the other part of the flywheel happened to have the casting number on it there. Said 71. It's about 1/4 inch in diameter, not very big, but there's a 7-1 in it. So that means she's 1971, which I can believe by the, the age, the type of flywheel, all that stuff. Steel intake manifold. So it would have a completely steel crankshaft with the gear milled into it, which is what I like. I'm trying to cut back on the number of Briggs I pick up, but it's hard to turn them down when they just beg you to take them home. It's difficult. Anyway, the flowers of spring have arrived here. This is the first sunny day we've had in like a week. I guess a lot of you in the Northeast have had the week of rain that we have, but at least my tulips have come out there. Oh, I got some over here too. Yeah, this is probably one of the best days for them. I got to get the riding lawnmower and push mower going. Daffodils here. We got lots of daffies. We planted a lot of these tulips here. There was a row there before. Planted them last fall. There was a row here before. You can remember I cut them down with my 74 push mower there once they were past their prime. But the rabbits, they're one of the first things to come up with leaves on it. So the rabbits mowed them down a couple years, and it's like they don't want to flower anymore. So they didn't seem to get to these ones up here. I lived here like 20 years, and these ones here have always come up. Getting a little overgrown now. I'm not the best at yard maintenance, I'll admit it, but we got vine weed and Virginia creeper and stuff to contend with. So, but it is nice to see the tulips out. You got the odd one here. This one's different. The yellow one there, big. Yeah, they're pretty flowers. I can't 100% enjoy them though because I have springtime allergies, so they've been going bananas for the last couple of weeks. So I'm taking medication in that, but it helps. It doesn't cure it. Cuts it back to a dull roar. Well, not even that. I can get into sneeze fits once in a while too. That's a rhubarb there. Yeah, I can't believe we dug the one on the left here up, and it decided to gave it to somebody, and it decided to come back. So then these guys here, they'll be hollyhocks. They'll get 6 feet tall. So yeah, they built a new house next door there. I don't really like it because it's a little tall, and they'll be looking right over into me there, working on my engines out back, but they probably won't be appreciating all my lawn ornaments here. But anyway, hopefully things will work out okay. Lots of flowers coming up, so I got to change some winter tires today and different things, but I'll try to pull this 4-horse apart and put it at the end of the video. What was wrong with it? I'll tear it apart there, take the crankcase cover off and all that, and see if there's extra engine nuggets kicking around inside the crankcase there. So anyway, everybody have a good one. Like I say, it's nice to get out and enjoy the sun, flowers, and birds flying around. There's lots of robins and things. So I clocked one of them today. They fly at about 30 miles an hour. I was doing the same speed one of them was. They need to fly higher though. I've almost taken a bunch of them out. They'd only fly like 8 feet high. A lot more of them would survive, but they fly like 3 feet in the air, right at car height. Yeah, anyway, I'm rambling here, so everybody have a good one. Well, it just goes to show you can't believe everything you read. So that's a 5-horse Briggs cylinder head, not a 4-horse model 100. This head would have a 13 on it. Yeah, which it does in between the fins, 13. I could tell just looking at it, the 4-horse head's filled in a lot more than that. But, so that made me suspect that the starter cover is not original. So it's not a 65 4-horse, it's a whatever year 5-horse. Then, when I pulled the head off, you turn the crankshaft over, the piston doesn't move. So, there are Conny Nuggets in the crankcase there, and then I noticed this big, once I pulled the gas tank off, I saw the crack on it there. Now that's repairable. You know, some JB weld can fix that. It's nothing major. So to take it on apart, I have to take the set screw out of the pulley there and fight it off and all that fun stuff. So anyway, this engine would be in for its Conrod, but it's a question of what kind of shape the crankshaft's in. It's unfortunate because these are 1-inch straight through crankshafts on these well, this is a Roto-tiller, but that type of you know, riding lawnmower or Roto-tiller crankshaft, it's not stepped. Doesn't step down to 3/4 inch like the horizontal shafts do. So the 1-inch can be useful sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, it's got a blown connecting rod in it. So I got other stuff to do today, but I may pull her apart if I can get that set screw out of there. Probably have to use a puller on it too, but looks like somebody maybe redid the gas tank on it there, since it's primer. Might have had a leak and they repaired it. But so that's the story on that Briggs. Anyways, it turns out it's a 5-horse with a blown connecting rod. Quite repairable though. So I tore it apart there, and sure enough, there was Conny Nuggets in the crankcase. It almost sounds like some country and western singer. So Conrod broke right off. Surprisingly, this part was holding it together. There's a missing piece there. But from the looks of it, it looks like she got run low on oil. He did the Conrod up. It broke. Cylinders scored a little bit. Not super bad. Still usable if you wanted to help keep the mosquito population down, I guess. But anyway, piston's probably reusable. I don't see that it's gouged all to heck. I don't know. Maybe a little ding in that side, but put a new rod in her, she'll be good for another 100,000. So that solves that mystery. Crank looks like it would need some sanding there to get the burnt aluminum off it. Anyway, that's the mystery of the 5-horse with the mysterious noise in the crankcase there. So, well, the pulley come right off. Somebody had had it off before, I think, and put copper anti-seize on it. So it practically fell off. Really good idea, that anti-seize stuff. So I got the crankshaft out of there without too much fun. Just had to get the flywheel nut off. Now, the engine would rotate this way. And as you can see, I've wiped it off here. That's not like oil or anything on there. But it is smeared with aluminum. That'd be the power thrust side right there. Right to the bottom, and then that part. It's hardly anything. There's some on there, but that's aluminum melted right to the crankshaft. I had that happen on a 4-horse. The oil paddle wheel there broke in half. So it had lots of oil in the crankcase, but none of it was getting it to the piston or the connecting rod. So it did the same thing. That was a weird one, but yeah. So if a person wanted to spend the time with sandpaper and perhaps a file, getting that off of there, the crankshaft still might be usable. Like I say, it's the straight 1-inch crankshaft there, so it's like the one in out of the wood chipper. So they're a more rare crankshaft. Even I don't have that many of them, but anyway, the top bearing there has a little bit of fingernail could hang up on it there, but so that's that. Anyways, usable parts if nothing else. So more Briggs fun.